We have been, I think, a partner of Catch's throughout its history on, I think, about 300 units of housing, and been very proud of all of that housing, of the important work that Catch does. We have about 400 projects across the state that we've been associated with, a portfolio that we really do have a lot of pride in. But I have said this before here, and I've said this to Rosemary many times, you have the best views of those projects. There may be a few others that have some pretty settings, but this is certainly a killer view. And I'm sure the folks that are going to live here are going to appreciate that enormously. As Rosemary mentioned, one of the ways that we were able to contribute to this project is by an allocation of loans and housing tax credits. And the tax credit program is a program that is a true public-private partnership. It's a program whereby the Internal Revenue Service, working through state-level agencies like New Hampshire Housing, makes a tax credit available to private investors to encourage them to invest in this kind of housing. And in fact, in this case, the proceeds of that credit are about, I guess, 60% of the development capital that were necessary to make this happen. That's a program that has a lot of discipline around it. It is a very competitive program. It is a program where we get $3 to $5 worth of applications for every dollar that we have to give away. So basically, people really need to demonstrate that they have a high-quality project and that they're going to not only build it and develop it well, but that they are going to manage it as an asset for the community over time. And so we're very pleased to have had that track record with Catch and have them demonstrate that in other cases as they have here, and we know we'll do so with this new project. I do want to point out as well that tax credit program is always on the table, if you will, whenever Congress talks about deficit reduction or about tax reform. And so it's important that if you see something here that is valuable to your community, to the region, that we communicate that to our congressional delegation. The members of our delegation have historically been very supportive of maintaining the tax credit, but things are always uncertain in Washington, and it's important to reinforce with them the value that resources like that have to our communities. Similarly, Rosemary mentioned the HOME program, and I know you're going to hear from Greg. The HOME program is a program that we administer on behalf of HUD in New Hampshire. It is a block grant program that provides the flexible gap capital that makes these kind of projects work. And in this case, I think it was about 10 or 12% of the total development cost. Again, making this project financially feasible. That program has already been cut over 40% by Congress in just the last few years. There is enormous continued risk. Just a couple of weeks ago, there was a debate on the floor of the House in Washington that would have cut that program even further, but which luckily was unsuccessful. Bottom line there is, again, we need to communicate with our officials the value that these projects have in terms of jobs, as Rosemary mentioned, in terms of economic development, and in terms of the value that they have to the people of our communities. Rosemary mentioned how complicated these exercises are. They are. You have to pull a lot of resources together. You have to meet the needs of multiple funding agencies, and then you have to actually build a high-quality outcome, as you can see here. And so, congratulations to Catch for its leadership in doing that, to Rosemary, her team, her board, for their work here and throughout the region. And we look forward to coming back to look at this beautiful view again for the ribbon cutting, and also you get good weather.
We do.
So congratulations on that as well. Thank you.